Before I get into this video, I should probably start by saying this. These similarities could very well be coincidences. I just think they're interesting, and there are some that are very similar. And even if these plots are copied from other shows, a better word would be inspired, as they do all have elements that make them different, and them being inspired by other shows is a likely possibility, especially because many different sitcoms, including the ones I mentioned in this video, are referenced throughout the show.
No way. There is a Boy Meets World marathon on starting at midnight. Ooh.
You're not watching that.
But it's Ben Savage.
Guess there's never gonna be a Friends reunion.
Now that that's out of the way, let's look at these similarities. In the iCarly Season 6 episode, I Get Banned, there's a subplot in which Gibby and Freddie start a fake band to impress girls.
Freddie and Gibby are in a band. Oh my god.
Despite not knowing how to play instruments or how to write songs, for a while they just pretend they have a band until they get stuck needing to perform, and then go on stage and end up embarrassing themselves. This plot is very similar to the Boy Meets World Season 2 episode, Band on the Run, where Corey and Sean start a band to impress girls, despite not knowing how to play instruments or how to write songs. For a while they just pretend that they have a band until they get stuck needing to perform, and then go on stage and end up embarrassing themselves. While these are pretty similar, they even both have the characters coming up with a band name based on the first thing they see, but that's a joke in a lot of shows. There are a few differences, one of which being what the characters do after finding out they have to perform. In Boy Meets World, they try to get other band members, and in iCarly, they try to stage a fake fight and band breakup on stage. Boy Meets World also makes the entire episode about music, while in iCarly, it's a subplot, pretty much completely detached from the main plot. And both shows use it mostly for comedy, but Boy Meets World tries to add a heartwarming moment at the end, while iCarly uses it just for comedy. I feel like the better version of this story is the Boy Meets World episode. I'm not sure what it is about the iCarly plot, but it always felt a little off to me for some reason. The way the characters acted in this story always felt weird to me, and I can't really pinpoint why. And they also had this weird thing later iCarly has, where they have these moments that I can't tell if they're jokes or just bad writing.
What are we gonna do? Don't worry, we'll cancel.
And there's no way they're gonna cancel.
And the plot and the characters didn't feel off in Boy Meets World, and also the whole episode being about music and bands allows it to stick out more and be a more fun experience overall. Next is a story about teaching a character to lie. In the iCarly Season 2 episode, I Rocked the Vote, Sam teaches Spencer to lie, and in the Friends Season 9 episode, the one with Rachel's other sister, Phoebe teaches Joey to lie. The basic plot is the same, but for this one, that's basically where the similarities end. The reasons they lie are different as well as the end result, as we don't see it in Friends, but we see it in iCarly. And in Friends the lie works, and in iCarly it doesn't. iCarly's version may be a little more expanded on, because we actually see the characters attempt to lie, but Friends' version of the story is my favorite of the two, because I can't really recall any especially good lines from the iCarly storyline. But the Friends story has a surprising amount of great and quotable lines given its short runtime.
Oh, I like that, yeah. Wasn't at the parade because I had a family emergency.
Ooh, what happened?
My sister's raccoon came.
Nothing with a raccoon!
This next one isn't much of a plot similarity, more of a joke similarity. In the Season 3 episode of iCarly, I Fix a Pop Star, which is actually the sequel episode to the last iCarly episode I was talking about, there's a subplot where Spencer dates a woman, later finding out that she's Gibby's mom, leading to him seeing her as Gibby while they kiss, and Gibby's mom later seeing him as Carly. And in the Friends Season 10 episode, the one after Joey and Rachel kiss, when Joey and Rachel are about to kiss, they both keep seeing Ross in the other's face. It lasts longer and goes further in iCarly than it does in Friends, due to the fact that Friends is more grounded and less over the top than iCarly. I feel like I enjoy iCarly's version of this more, as the fact that it goes further, is more over the top, and just lasts longer, makes it funnier to me than when it was done in Friends. It kind of feels like the scene in iCarly is expanding on the scene in Friends, and going further with it, making it last longer, and making it funnier. The last one I'd like to talk about is a similarity in the iCarly Season 3 episode, I Enrage Gibby, and the Friends Season 9 episode, the one with the memorial service. In these episodes, Spencer and Ross both pretend they're dead, and end up giving it up when a woman from their past comes and talks about how much they miss the fake dead person, and then leaves angrily after realizing they were faking their death. So these plots both clearly end similarly, and have very similar basic stories, but the beginnings are actually pretty different. Friends' storyline comes from Ross and Chandler trying to embarrass each other with stuff they post on an alumni website for their college. Meanwhile, iCarly's story starts because a newspaper writer just decided to make something up, I guess, and say Spencer died, and then Spencer starts hiding and actively pretends to be dead once he realizes that his art is worth more now that people think he's dead. Friends also has the point in the story where Ross has a memorial service for himself, which the iCarly episode doesn't have any point in the story like that.
I think the quality's pretty similar for these last two, but I think the Friends storyline is just a little bit funnier.
So those were just a few similarities between iCarly and other shows. And again, I'm not saying iCarly was copying other shows, they're just interesting similarities that I wanted to point out.